Today, we're diving into something super important, being prepared for emergencies. We're talking about the Red Cross's list of 15 essential items you should have stashed away, just in case things go sideways. Now, the Red Cross knows their stuff, but some of their recommendations can get a little pricey. So we're going to break down each item, see what they suggest, and then I'm going to show you some awesome, more budget-friendly alternatives that'll keep you and your wallet happy. Think of it like this. We're building the ultimate emergency kit on a budget. Let's get started. All right, first up, the big one, water. You already know this, but we gotta stay hydrated, especially in an emergency. The Red Cross recommends having at least a gallon of water per person per day. Now that's a lot of water bottles to store. A more cost-effective solution? Look no further than your recycling bin. Those empty juice jugs and 2-liter soda bottles? Yeah, those are about to become your new best friends. Just give them a good wash, sanitize them, and fill them up with clean water. You can even find those big old 55-gallon drums for a more long-term solution. Remember, we're not just prepping for a power outage here. Having a reliable water source is non-negotiable, folks. Oh, and one more thing. Don't forget about water purification tablets or a filter. You never know when you might need to drink from a less-than-ideal source. Trust me, having a way to make questionable water safe to drink is a total game-changer in a pinch. All right, now that we've got our H2O situation handled, let's talk about food. You gotta fuel that survival machine. The Red Cross recommends having at least a 3-day supply of non-perishable food on hand. And when I think non-perishable, I think canned goods. Canned fruits, veggies, soups, chili. The possibilities are endless. Pro tip, focus on canned meats like tuna, chicken, and salmon. They're packed with protein, which is essential for keeping your energy levels up during an emergency. One of the coolest things about canned goods? They last forever. Just make sure you rotate your stock every now and then so you're not stuck with expired food when disaster strikes. And hey, if you're feeling really ambitious, you can even get into the wonderful world of home canning. It's a great way to preserve your own food and save some money in the long run. All right, let's talk about seeing in the dark. Because let's face it, when the power goes out, candles are only good for setting the mood, and we're going for prepared, not romantic. The Red Cross suggests a crank-powered flashlight and radio combo. Battery-operated LED flashlights are crazy bright these days, and they're super affordable. Plus, you can usually find them in those multi-packs, so you can stash one in your car, your emergency kit, and even your junk drawer. But you know what's even cooler than a battery-powered flashlight? A solar-powered one. These bad boys charge up using the power of the sun, so you never have to worry about batteries. Talk about sustainable emergency preparedness. Plus, they often come with extra features like USB ports so you can charge your phone in a pinch. Trust me, you don't want to be fumbling around in the dark during an emergency. Next up, we're talking about staying informed. When the power's out, your smartphone's battery life becomes your worst enemy. That's where a good old-fashioned radio comes in handy. The Red Cross recommends a hand-crank weather radio, and while those are great, they can be a little pricey. Instead, I'd recommend checking out some of the more affordable multi-band radios out there. These babies can pick up AM, FM, weather alerts, and even shortwave broadcasts. Plus, they often come with features like a built-in flashlight, a USB port for charging your phone, and even a solar panel. Talk about a multi-purpose lifesaver. Having a reliable way to stay updated on the situation can be a real game-changer. You know those flashlights and radios we were just talking about? Well, they're not much good without a fresh set of batteries. Batteries are like the unsung heroes of emergency preparedness. They're small, they're mighty, and they can make all the difference in a crisis. Make sure you have a variety of sizes on hand, AA, AAA, CD, and even those little button cell batteries. You never know what you're going to need. And here's a pro tip: store your batteries in a cool, dry place. It'll help them last longer. Consider investing in some rechargeable batteries and a charger. It'll save you money in the long run and reduce waste. Let's be real, nobody wants to use a first aid kit. But trust me, you're going to be really glad you have one when you need it. The Red Cross offers a deluxe family first aid kit, and it's pretty comprehensive. But let's be real, it can be expensive. Instead of dropping a ton of cash on a pre-made kit, why not build your own? It's way more cost-effective, and you can customize it to fit your family's specific needs. Start with the basics. bandages, gauze, antiseptic wipes, pain relievers, allergy meds, and anything else you use regularly. Then, get creative. Add things like duct tape, seriously, it's a lifesaver, a sewing needle, and some heavy-duty thread. This one's crucial, folks. If you or someone in your family relies on prescription medication, you know the struggle of trying to get an emergency refill. That's why it's essential to have a well-stocked stash of your necessary meds on hand. And don't forget about over-the-counter medications, too. Having a good supply of pain relievers, antihistamines, and other essentials can make a world of difference when you're feeling under the weather, especially during an emergency. You know those multi-tools that are all the rage these days? The ones with the pliers, the screwdriver, the knife, and like a million other things all crammed into one compact package? Yeah, those are about to become your new best friend in an emergency. You don't need to break the bank on a fancy high-end multi-tool. There are plenty of affordable options out there that are just as durable and reliable. Just make sure it has a sturdy, sharp knife. Trust me, a good knife is essential for everything from cutting rope to defending yourself from zombies. Okay, maybe not zombies, but you get the idea. A multi-tool is like the Swiss Army knife of emergency preparedness. Let's be real. Nobody wants to think about personal hygiene when they're in survival mode. But trust me, after a few days without a shower, you'll be singing a different tune. Make sure you have a good supply of toilet paper, soap, toothpaste, toothbrushes, hand sanitizer, and any other personal hygiene products you use regularly. And ladies, don't forget about feminine hygiene products. Trust me, having these items on hand will make a world of difference in your overall comfort and well-being during an emergency. In the chaos of an emergency, it's easy to lose track of important documents. That's why it's crucial to have copies of your essential paperwork stored safely in your emergency kit. We're talking about things like your driver's license, passport, birth certificate, social security card, insurance information, and any other legal documents you can think of. Make copies of everything and store them in a waterproof, fireproof bag. Let's be real. Our cell phones have become our lifelines. They're our connection to the outside world, our source of information, and our way to stay in touch with loved ones. So it's no surprise that they're an essential part of any emergency kit. Make sure your phone is fully charged before disaster strikes. And don't forget about a charger. A car charger is a must-have, but consider investing in a portable power bank or a solar charger too. Remember what I said about cell phones being lifelines? Well, they're not much good if you don't have anyone to call. That's why it's essential to have a physical copy of your contact information stored safely in your emergency kit. Write down the phone numbers of family members, friends, neighbors, your doctor, your veterinarian, and any other important contacts you can think of. Keep this list in a waterproof bag, along with your other important documents. In an emergency, cash is king. ATMs might be down, credit card machines might be offline, but cold, hard cash will always be accepted. Keep a stash of small bills and coins in your emergency kit. Think about it. If you need to buy gas, food, or other essentials, you'll be glad you have some cash on hand. Store your cash in a waterproof bag and consider dividing it up and keeping it in multiple locations within your kit. You never know when you might find yourself out in the elements, exposed to the cold. That's where an emergency blanket comes in handy. These things are lightweight, compact, and incredibly effective at trapping heat. Plus, they're super affordable. You can usually find them at camping stores or online for just a few bucks. Stash a couple in your car, your emergency kit, and your backpack. In the event of a natural disaster or other emergency, GPS and cell phone service might be unreliable or non-existent. That's why it's crucial to have physical maps of your area on hand. Mark down evacuation routes, potential shelters, and the locations of hospitals and other important landmarks. Familiarize yourself with these maps ahead of time so you're not caught off guard if you need to use them. The more you know about your surroundings, the better prepared you'll be to navigate your way to safety. And there you have it, folks. 15 essential items for emergency preparedness, even if you're on a budget. Remember, being prepared isn't about being paranoid. It's about being responsible. It's about taking care of yourself and your loved ones when things go wrong. What would you add to this list? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out this video right here for more tips on emergency preparedness. Stay safe out there.